Give me a thumbs up, anybody. One person, tell me if you can see my screen.
Yeah, got it.
Awesome. Sounds good. Cool. If we worked on the assumption that what is accepted as true really is true, then there would be little hope for advance. The Wright brothers. So today is our private pilot day one talk presented by Emerald Squadron Aviation LLC and the Husky Flying Club. Here's the flight plan. We're going to start with our objectives. I'm going to do an introduction of me, who I am, and I'd like to hear from you guys. Actually, there's a lot more people than I expected, so we might have to adjust that. We're going to go into why you should want to become a pilot, and then how we are going to operate this 6-week ground course. I'm going to give you some free stuff. We're going to do a pilot operating handbook deep dive. We'll cover some emergency procedures, and we'll do a Q&A at the end. If you have any questions at any time, though, just go ahead and ask. Okay. So here are the objectives for this course. The idea is to provide a ground course for all private pilot candidates. Anybody who wants to become a private pilot should be able to come to this course and be able to pass their knowledge exam, with a 70% or better. I don't like sending you guys, to just squeak by. I would like to send you, to go knock it out of the park. By the end of this course, you should be able to use your pilot operating handbook effectively. You should have a firm understanding of how to create a flight plan and how to respond to emergency procedures. You should be comfortable with radio phraseology, and you should be ready to take the FAA knowledge exam. Also, this course should set you up nicely to start getting ready for the check ride and getting your wings. There are some stipulations, though. I can't do everything for you. We have a very limited amount of time. We've only got about 6 weeks to get this done. So I need you to stay on top of everything. I'm going to give you some assignments, some videos to watch. So follow the course guidelines and keep up with your wingmen. Keep them accountable. Find a buddy and work together. Oh, that's obnoxious. Would you mind muting yourself, whoever just joined? Thank you. So yeah, keep your wingmen accountable. Try to keep each other up, and then it's best to operate as a community than to try to go it alone. My suggestion is to read all the material I give you, watch all the videos that I send, and then study effectively. And by that I mean quiz yourself every day, at least 5 questions a day, and then make note of what you got wrong and go find that section in the pilot operating handbook or the airplane flying handbook or whatever handbook you've got. Go find that section and then go read it for like 20 minutes and then go back and quiz yourself again. If you follow that guideline or if you follow that battle plan, then you should be able to go to the exam and just kill it. Have you guys ever gone to an exam and like open the first page and it's just like, I don't even know how to begin. Like the homework doesn't look anything like the exam was. And you get that dreaded sinky feeling right before right as you start the exam. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to feel like that when you go to the FAA exam. You should go there, open the first problem, and be like, oh, this is easy. I'm going to kill it. That's how it should be. That's how I send all of my students to the exam. I haven't had a student fail yet. 100% success rate for every student that I've signed off. So this is me. My name is Monty. I am a pilot, believe it or not, ground instructor, instrument, and advanced. I'm a veteran. I was with ACO 275, did 2 deployments. Also a mechanical engineer. I studied at UW Bothell. I founded the Husky Aviation Club at Bothell, and then we merged the 2 clubs. So now that Husky Flying Club covers all campuses. I'm also the founder of Emerald Squadron Aviation LLC, and I've written a couple of books. I'm going to give you one of these today. Skyhawk Pilot was the first book that I wrote. It's about how I got my wings, and it kind of helps you like get your wings. I hope that I provide enough guidance so you can avoid some pitfalls and make good decisions along the way. Staying Grounded is the second book that I wrote. It's about becoming a ground instructor and why you should become one. I recommend all pilots should become ground instructors. And then 7 Free Pilot Tools is a book that I'm going to give you today. It's literally just a bunch of free things that you can use throughout your entire career. So those are my 3 books. You can check them out on my website or on Amazon. Now, I didn't expect to see this many people. Last quarter, we had like 3 people. So I'm going to switch tabs and see how many people we've got. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for joining me today. You guys are so cool. Might have to bypass this though. Yeah, geez. All right, so let me change gears. Why should you become a pilot, or why would you want to become a pilot? Really, if I have to motivate you to fly after your first flight, this might not be for you. That's not to say that you're not gonna have any down days. There are gonna be days where you're gonna, be kind of bummed out about flying, but for the most part, every pilot I've known has wanted like once they got in the cockpit, they're like, okay, yeah, this is my thing. If we have to like drag you into the cockpit, it might not be the best thing for you. If you like freedom, if you like going up and like seeing the world from above and doing cool aerobatics and stuff like that, best hobby ever. Promise. Also, the community is super welcoming. Every pilot that I've met has been excited to share their passion for aviation with everybody they meet. And there's that joke, how do you know if somebody's a pilot? Don't worry, they'll tell you. So, yeah, it's a great community, and I love being part of it, and I'd love to have you guys in it. Now, if you want to make it a career, it can be very lucrative. This is the major airline's first officer salaries. So this is year 1, year 6, and year 12. And so you see, if you go to like Delta or JetBlue or wherever, you can make some pretty good money as a pilot. A lot of there's another joke that I love hearing. It's what's the difference between a pepperoni pizza and a pilot? A pepperoni pizza can feed a family of 4. Well, this actually shows you that pilots can make some pretty good money if you stick with it. The difficulty that comes with it is just sticking with it. Really, getting all your hours. You need 250 hours to become a commercial pilot, and then after that, you need to get your CFI if you want to teach, and then 1,500 hours to get picked up at a regional airline. So it can be tough, but it is so rewarding. So if you want to make it a career, definitely worth doing it. Then there's the officer or the military route. If you want to become a military officer, a military pilot, there are some really good benefits that go along with it. First of all, there's the pay. You get paid for your time in the military. If you're coming as a lieutenant, $3,477 a month just for base pay. That doesn't take into account your benefits, any hazard duty pay, additional benefits for dependents, chow or food, housing. So a lot of people look at the base pay like, oh, that's all you make, but there's so much more to it. Also, if you go in with a pilot slot, you're going to get paid to learn how to fly. And there is no better place to learn how to fly than in the military. So yeah, there's that. Any questions so far between hobby, career, and calling? Cool. Let's move on. So this is how we're going to operate. We're going to meet once a week during our time slots, unless there's like some holiday or if for whatever reason you guys can't make it. I'm not tracking there are any holidays between now and the end of the course, but if there are, please let me know. I'm going to give you a link in the chat for the squadron. That's my business, Emerald Squadron. And then I'd like you to go to the Husky Flying Club ground course. So here, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here it is, Emerald Squadron Aviation. I'm going to copy this and put it in how to become a pilot. There. So we're going to go to programs, the programs page at the top right, and then go find the Husky Ground School. And then it's going to say request to join. So you're going to go here. Can you guys still see my screen? Yeah, give me one person that says yes or no. I mean, you're following along with the website. Awesome. Cool. So go to the Husky Flying Club, go to programs, and then join the Husky Flying Club ground course. So if you guys just stick with me for a little bit, basically all the modules are laid out. This is where you're going to find all of your videos and assignments. The introduction, start here, read the introduction. Here's where I'm going to give you a bunch of books, the free resources ebook that I wrote, the private pilot checklist for earning your wings in a Part 61 program, the pilot operating handbook that we're going to use for this course. We're going to use a Cessna 172 November. And then here are a bunch of free links that are going to help you out. So yeah, questions about that? Again, I realize we have a massive group here. Okay, cool. So everybody go to Emerald Squadron Aviation, join that page, and then we will reconvene once everybody's good to go. Ready? Hit it. Okay, I think I got everybody in. Anybody that doesn't have access yet, let me know. Again, wow, this is way more people than I was expecting. So thank you again for joining me. You guys are amazing. Okay. Yeah. Good. I think that's it. I don't have any more pending requests. So if you don't have access, let me know. But it looks like I got everybody. So that's that. Gonna go back over here. That's still live. Good. All right. Okay. So going back to the introduction page. So anytime that you do a lesson or a video, you're going to complete the step, and then if there wasn't a quiz in the lesson itself, then go to this page here, free practice tests. And this is King Schools. They provide a free practice test for all level of pilot exams. Great tool. Make sure I'm still sharing my screen. Yes, good. Okay. So select private pilot exams, and then you can put how many questions you want. 5. You can select what category you want to go with, whether you want to do just aerodynamics or if you want to do everything. Start the test, and it'll give you a proportional amount of time for the test. You run through it, and it'll tell you how many you got wrong. I'm going to just submit the test. It'll tell me that I failed because I didn't answer anything, and it'll tell you what the correct answer was. So you get immediate feedback, right? So really great website. Go here every day, and then if you ever have any questions, uh, you always have the option of chatting with me. So if you go to members chat, this is a direct line to me. So send me questions. I promise you cannot waste my time if you're talking about airplanes. If you're like, oh, I wonder if I should bug Monty about this. Absolutely. I love helping pilots get through their training. So anytime you have a question, member chat, direct line to me, and we'll get it done. So yeah, check that out. And then for now, let's open up the pilot operating handbook. And I'll do it on my end as well. Audrey, Afench, and Samter, I've approved yours. Cool. Awesome. All right, so you should be able to download the pilot operating handbook. It looks like this. I'm going to change. Actually, that's fine. The pilot operating handbook looks like this, and this is pretty standardized for most aircraft approved for flight. So all the table of contents is going to look pretty much the same for most aircraft. I'm going to minimize this guy here. So what I want you guys to do today, or by I guess next Monday, is select a chapter and prepare a short presentation on each chapter, or on the chapter that you choose. Again, there are a ton of people. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to assign this. Man, you guys threw me a curveball. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. All right. So for now, let's see. I'm going to ask you a question, and I'd like you guys to go look in the pilot operating handbook for the answer. Make sense?
How do you get to the pilot operating handbook again?
Yeah, sure. Go to Emerald Squadron Aviation, go to Programs page, go to the Husky Flying Club program, which should be free for you. And then it's in the introduction. And there's the free resource book that I wrote, checklist, pilot operating handbook. Make sense?
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions. If you find the answer, go ahead and just shout it out, and then we'll move on. All right. So what is the appropriate procedure for an engine fire? Ready to go. Anybody?
Yeah, cut the idle mixture cutoff, the fuel selector to off, and the master switch to off. And then the cabin heat and air off.
Nice. Cool. What is the size of the propeller of the Cessna 172N?
$75 inches.
Cool. What is the fuel capacity?
$50 gallons.
All right. What is the landing distance at 2,300 pounds at 0 degrees Celsius? Hmm.
407 meters.
Say again?
407 meters.
Cool. I think I got 495, but yeah, close enough. Okay. So trying to think again with the amount of people that we got today. I'm trying to think of how best to adjust today. Let's see. Where are we here? Yeah, you guys, I hope you guys forgive me. Again, I was prepared for like 4 or 5 people, so I'm just gonna have to revise a couple of ideas here. Let's see. Yeah. So my recommendation for this week is to watch videos 1 through 3 in the first module, right? So we start here, airplane, introduction to airplanes and airplanes and aerodynamics, modules 1, 2, and 3. Watch those videos, knock out the quizzes, and then definitely like go back and study what you got wrong, right? And then go study the pilot operating handbook because a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing is going to be coming straight from the pilot operating handbook. So at the beginning of each lesson, I'm going to pick somebody and be like, hey, Sydney, talk me through an engine failure. And Sydney's going to respond with ABC, airspeed. We are going to pitch for the best glide speed of the aircraft. So pitch for 65 knots. B of our ABC is best place to land. I'm going to look around and find a place to land the aircraft. And then C, I'm going to pull out my checklist. So A, B, C for an engine failure. I'm also going to ask you to chair fly certain maneuvers, and those might come from the pilot operating handbook or the airplane flying handbook. It'll be like, hey, talk me through slow flight. And I'll be like, Monty, talk me through slow flight. I'll be like, Roger, slow flight. First thing we're going to do is a clearing turn. So I'm going to make a left bank, clear my left wing, and then a right bank, clear my right wing, make sure that the airspace is clear. And then I'm going to reduce power at the same time, pull the yoke up and reduce our airspeed. When I'm in the white arc, I'm going to drop flaps, and then I'm going to trim off the control pressures and use pitch for airspeed and power for altitude. So that's going to be in the pilot operating handbook or the airplane flying handbook. So study those. And then if you have questions, again, just shoot them to me through the members chat. Do you guys have any questions at this point? I'm wondering if it'd be better if I just ran through the modules here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any opinions? I'm trying to think of how to adjust for this course size or for the size of the crew here. Any feedback at all? How about if I just call on each of you guys and ask you? Okay, fine. Yeah. Demonite, what do you think? I'm gonna call on you. Any thoughts?
A little difficult, but I was wondering, for the handbook, do you want us to just read through it start to finish and like you'd quiz us on each part, each section going from the start to the end?
Nah, that would be a little
A little too
dry.
much?
Very dry, yeah. My idea was to have again. I was expecting a very small size. My recommendation would be to just go and grab the handbook, find a chapter, run through it, and then come back and then present on it. And then I'm just gonna have like during each lesson, I'll just ask you questions about it, and then you can go and review it. But there are specific things that you do want to know, like air speeds, your V speeds, your emergency procedures, that kind of stuff you like to have memorized. But it would be a very dry read to try to read that thing cover to cover. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, good question though. Yeah, thinking. What do you guys think? Do you guys just want to start with the first module and just start from there?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have to apologize again. I wasn't expecting to be this slammed. I'm so excited. You guys are amazing. All right, what do you guys think? So that is the level of questions that you can expect to encounter on the private pilot level exam. What do you guys think? Is it tough? I mean, I don't think it's too hard. What do you think?
Pretty
Awesome.
straightforward.
Well, yeah, right. It's straightforward. And this is exactly how I like to operate. I don't believe in like trick questions or trying to, get gotchas or whatever. I'm going to train you to pass that exam. And if you stick around and stick with it, there is no reason why you can't knock it out of the park. The questions aren't that hard. The more intense subjects like weight and balance, like time to target calculations, that kind of stuff can get a little involved, but you stick with it. I promise you, I can get you passing with 100% if you stick with it. Cool. So here's my recommendation. Go to the website, watch the 3 modules for the week, and then come next week prepared with questions or whatever, and then study the pilot operating handbook. I think I'm going to revise my idea of having everybody present on a chapter, just because I think that would be a little ridiculous. I don't know, what do you guys think? Yeah, I think so. So go read the pilot operating handbook, go watch the videos, quiz yourself. This is key. This is the biggest part right here. Go quiz yourself on the King School's website. At least 5 questions a day this week. If you do nothing else, do this. And then go find what you got wrong in one of the books and read up on it. If you do 5 minutes of quiz, 15 minutes of studying what you got wrong, and then 5 more minutes of quiz, that's 25 minutes. And I promise you, if you do this every day for the entire time we're here together, you're going to be in good shape. Any questions? And I would appreciate any feedback you have for me. Of course, you can always send me questions through the website or, preferably through the website, I think, just because, so many people. Any other? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. When will we, given access to the simulator and test on that?
So I don't run the simulator, unfortunately. The simulator's another dude. I can talk to Devin and see who you can talk to about that.
If you're interested, they do have. I was at the DCS team for the Flying Club, and they do have simulators there. It's for the F-16, so it's a lot more advanced, but they do have simulators to help you out.
David Knight, you're my hero. Thanks, man.
Is it the same one as the one at the hangar? I'm maybe like I'm thinking the wrong thing right now.
So their simulators that are based on, just like I said, the F-16, and it's running off of something called DCS. So it's more meant to be entertainment than practice, but I thought they had another simulator that was more practice-based.
Yeah, I think they're getting a Redbird simulator, which is geared towards general aviation, what we're covering here. So again, my course is to get you through your private pilot exam and actually earn your wings. The DCS simulators, from my understanding, is more of a fun kind of get into flying military aircraft, but not officially get certified for anything. Is that right? Anybody heard different?
That's exactly what they're doing.
Groovy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Also,
again, go ahead.
I just had a question. When you're talking about stalling, you mentioned something really quickly called pair. I was curious if you can go over that just again.
Yeah, absolutely. So pair stands for, stalling is when you exceed the critical angle of attack and your wing stops generating lift, right? If you introduce a yawing or a turning motion while you stall the aircraft, it will spin, which is an aggravated stall. It's a much more dangerous thing. And to recover from that is slightly different than from a stall. In a stall, all you got to do is break the stall, put your nose down, get airflow over the wings. In a spin, we need to do pair. So power idle. So bring the throttle to idle. The ailerons need to be neutral. So put your stick in the center of your lap. Rudder, if you're rotating to the left, you need to put in full right rudder, like get that rudder all the way in, and then elevator forward to break the stall. Make sense?
Yep, thank you.
Great. So repeat back for me.
So I got power idle, and I'm trying to remember the others. It was like rudder was all far right, and I don't remember this.
So PARE, power, ailerons, rudder, elevator. So power idle, you got that. Ailerons need to be neutral, centered. And then rudder is the opposite direction of the spin. So if we're spinning to the right, then we do left rudder. If we're spinning left, we do right rudder. And then elevator, full forward to break that stall. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Repeat back.
Power idle, aileron center, rudder reverse spin, and then elevators full forward.
Yeah, pretty much. Got it. Sweet. Before we roll out, there are just a couple last minute things that I want you guys to take a look at. And when you go to the introduction, there's a bunch of links, right? So any books that you need, you don't need to buy books. That's another pet peeve of mine with going to university. Like, have you ever had a professor who's like, welcome to my course. The old edition of the book is obsolete. You need the 10th edition, which is $500, and it's pretty much the same thing, just in a different order. Hate that. Can't stand it. My website here, if you just go to the FAA books link, that's where you can get all of the books that you need for free. If you ever feel like you have to buy a book for aviation, pause, go find the free variant at this website. Second, SkyVector. These charts here, this is where we're going to practice doing flight planning. So I'm going to send you, I'll give you an assignment like, hey, make a flight plan from Payne to Olympia. Go to SkyVector and go take a look. This is where we're going to, be studying the charts from. Again, free. Love free stuff. Where'd it go? There it is. Practice tests. We covered these already. The E6B simulator. This guy's really cool. We'll cover how to use this later on. You can start exploring it. Live ATC is really cool. If you are uncomfortable speaking on the radios, we're going to try to break that. Go find an airport nearby and then listen to it. It's, again, free, and you can listen to pilots in the airspace. Something to watch out for pretty much all the time. An air traffic controller is going to give you a direction. And like I just did with Demonite, right? Demonite, am I saying that right? I said read back or repeat back. And all I wanted him to do is repeat back what I told him. Most of the time, the stuff that's going on in the radios is one guy says something, another guy repeats it, and then that guy does it. So go to Live ATC and pick up on that pattern and see if you can anticipate what the second guy's going to say. There's that. Weather briefs. We're going to do a weather brief every time we come in here. Basically come in here and study weather. A lot of VFR pilots are intimidated by weather. You don't need to be. Weather's a lot more simple than you'd expect. And that, I think, covers everything on the links here. Bam, done. Awesome. Any other questions? I think that about covers it. We've still got 7 minutes. And I'm going to have to revise how I do this just for the sheer volume. Again, I'm so excited. You guys are so cool. Any other questions? And if you want to put it in the chat, we can also do that if you don't want to just shout it out. Ranch, did you get access to the site? I think Ranch left us. That's too bad. Cool. If you guys got nothing else, I can talk about airplanes all day. So Nothing. Cool. All right then. Well, I still got 6 minutes. I'm gonna just hang out. Go ahead. Sorry, did you have a question?
No, I was just thanking you. That's it. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'll stick around for another 6 minutes. Feel free to stick around, ask me questions. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you have any feedback for me, if you think, hey, this was a waste of time, please let me know. I am not in the business of wasting your time. So if you think this is dumb, love to hear it. Let me know, and we'll adjust. Other than that, that's all I got for you. Thanks again for joining me. You guys are the best. So excited. Yeah, thank you. See. Thank you. And Demon Knight, thanks again for your sticking your neck out, man. I appreciate it. Sweet. Ben, Demon Knight, Emilian, Peter May. What's up? How are things?
I saw that you had an Army Ranger shirt on. Were you an Army Ranger officer?
No, I was enlisted actually. So yeah, something to clarify. While I was in the Army and I am a pilot, I was not in the Army as a pilot at the same time. I was at second range
Okay.
battalion and I deployed twice.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks for asking. You interested in becoming a ranger?
I'm a midshipman at the UW, so not quite Army.
Ah, that's too bad. That's all right though. So are you trying to be a naval aviator then?
I'm not. I'm hoping to go into their med corps, but I just like aviation. I think
Sweet.
naval aviation is a little just not too intense, but I'm 6'7", so I can't do any of the cool stuff.
Ah, I gotcha. Wait, have they told you that?
No, they haven't.
Okay, so I'm not going to drag you kicking and screaming into the naval aviator program, but in general, if there's something you want to do, don't disqualify yourself. You know what I mean? Make them tell you no. Don't tell yourself no. If you want to do something, go do it until somebody tells you no, you can't do it. And even then, there are ways around it. So if you want to be a naval aviator and it's like, and you are doubting yourself, don't. You know what I mean? But again, if you don't want to do it, no pressure.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, man. Just Monty. Demon Knight, thanks again for helping out, dude. I appreciate it.